Hi, my name is Jamie, and I'm here to talk to you today about better basics in the fight against illiteracy. Did you know that Alabama is one of the lowest ranking states in the nation in terms of education? We come in at a 46 out of 50, according to a study done by Wallet Hub. And the children living in low income areas are disproportionately affected by this lack of education. And if a child does not reach grade level in their reading by the time they get done with third grade, they are 13 times more likely to not even finish high school. And according to the Alabama Department of Education, only 53% of children in Alabama are reading at that grade level by the time they finish third grade. Now, I know that we want the best for Alabama, but sadly, we just aren't there. But by helping charities such as Better Basics, we can help improve literacy and enrich the education of the children that need it the most. Better Basics is doing their part to combat illiteracy, and we can do our part by volunteering and donating. Now I'd like to tell you a little bit more about Better Basics, how they started, their goals, and the programs that they're using to reach these goals. Better Basics was started 27 years ago by John Glasser. He was a former FBI special agent and an attorney, and he found the correlation between poverty and illiteracy while he was volunteering as a tutor through a program in his church. And when he started Better Basics, he started it with the goal to make a difference in the lives of children by promoting literacy and through enrichment and intervention programs. And he did this by starting several academic programs that we'll talk about now. The academic programs started by Better Basics are working to get students better literacy programs. First, we have 30 a day. And 30 a day is geared towards 3rd to 5th graders. It's for more reluctant readers or children who are a little bit behind. It helps build a reading stamina, encourages them to read 30 minutes a day, and they get to take the books home that they read with the volunteers with. Next, we have academic tutoring. It's where they work one-on-one with students over their specific learning needs. And they're even starting to incorporate this into the pre-Ks and kindergartens in the areas that they serve. Next, we have their Hope 21st Century Learning Center. This is an after-school program, and it's for kindergarten through 12th grade, and they get to have homework help. They get to have ACT prep and STEM lessons and even cultural enrichment through this program. Next, we have the reading intervention. This is where they take a small group of students and they work with them on their reading instructions. The students in this group are expected to grow an entire level in their reading, a grade level, and improve their reading comprehension by 25%. In the 2020-2021, the children in this group were improving their reading comprehension by 60%. Next, we have Ready to Read and Wise Words. These are geared more towards the same thing. Ready to Read is for 2nd graders, Wise Words is the 1st graders, and a volunteer will go into the school and to read a book to the classroom, and at the end, they will give a copy of that book to each child in the classroom. And lastly, we have the Summer Steamer program. This is Better Basics' way of combating the summer learning loss. This disproportionately affects lower income children, and they use a STEM curriculum to help teach the children, and 80% of the kids in this program grew academically because of it. Now, Better Basics doesn't want to just help the students in their areas, they also want to help the community, and they've done this through starting some community outreach programs. First, we have Books for Birmingham. Books for Birmingham is where they go and get books to the children who need them the most. These are children who don't have access to internet or technology or even a book in their home. 60% of children living in these low-income communities do not even have one book in their home, and they're not allowed to check out the library books and take them home. So for some kids, this is the first way they can get a book into their house. Next, they started Book Nooks, which are like the little free libraries you see everywhere, but their motto is take a book, you don't have to leave a book. And Better Basics replenishes these books weekly for the children. Next, we have Birmingham Reads. This is their biggest outreach program. This is where they take one day and all the volunteers go out to every school that they're partnered with, and they read to every classroom. And all the children in the classroom get a copy of the book that was read to them when they're done. And lastly, Better Basics has partnered with Dolly Parton's Imagination Library, which targets low-income areas. And children who are signed up for this get a free book shipped to them every month. And this is just some of the ways that Better Basics is working to get books into the hands of the children who need them the most. And now that we've talked more about what Better Basics is, their goals, and how they're working to achieve them, let's talk about what you can do to help them. The first thing you can do is donating money. You can donate directly through betterbasics.org, which gives you the option to choose where you'd like your donation to go. If you want to donate to the summer steamer or you want to just go wherever it's needed, you can choose that when you donate that way. Or the easiest way is by donating directly through Venmo at Better Basics. And everybody knows how to use Venmo. It makes it so much simpler. Next, you could donate books. Now, you could donate books directly through the mail. You could buy them yourself and ship them to them. They have their address on their website. Or if you want to save on shipping costs, you could donate books through their Amazon wish list or their Little Professor wish list. And they have the books linked on there that they need specifically. And you can choose those books to purchase and it will ship them directly to Better Basics. Now, if you'd like a more hands-on approach when you do your when you volunteer, donate, you could volunteer your time. Now, volunteering is really simple. You just sign up online and you can choose where you'd like to volunteer. If you want to work as a mentor, if you'd like to read the classrooms or work at the learning center, you can make that decision when you sign up online. Now, you will have to agree to a full background check, but that's pretty standard when you're working with children for safety. But there's so many more benefits when you work as a volunteer. The Birmingham Watch did an interview with some of the mentors that worked with these children, and they spoke about how amazing it is that you're not helping these children just one time, you're helping them for their futures. And you get to know the children, you get to go over their sight words with them, you get to go over their reading, and you get to choose a book that's specifically for that child at the end of every lesson. It's just a great way to help your community and to make it a better place. Volunteers for Better Basics have donated over 7,000 hours of community literary assistance for the children in their communities. Now that we've talked more about what Better Basics does and how you can help them, let's talk a little bit more about the last few things about Better Basics. Better Basics is a highly rated charity. They have a platinum rating on GuideStar, which is high as you can go. And they are working to help the lives of these children and families in the underserved communities. They're fighting illiteracy and they're enriching the education for the children in our state. And you can help them by donating your time and by volunteering. By donating and volunteering. And these are vital ways that you can help Better Basics and in turn help Alabama be a better place.